keg of petrol and lighter. The Minister of Justice sees justice from a narrow spectrum and is anything but moderate, national, or accommodating as he tries to shape the nation to the standard of the section he represents. The last 6 years have given the Buhari administration sufficient time to prepare the ground for Nigeria to deflagrate or, but it has not. Calmness is elusive because government officials continuously create a flammable ecosystem for selfish gains. The Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, Mr. Abubakar Malami, has been a central figure in creating a combustible environment, making insecurity of life and property Nigeria's greatest concern. As a partisan, Mr. Malami has never hidden his, his preparedness to be the administration's attack dog, who would do anything to enhance his credentials as one of the architects and executors of headlines position of the government. The Minister of Justice sees justice from a narrow spectrum and is anything but moderate, national, or accommodating as he tries to shape the nation to the standard of the section he represents. Time after time, the Attorney General uses his influence to break bridge. He has been unapologetic in his support of what many perceive as a Fulani political agenda, using the office of Attorney General in a way that does not represent national aspiration. Malami's recalcitrance has now become extremely dangerous to peace as he crosses to make wind and inflammatory allegations that fly in the face of truth about the source of insecurity in the nation. Last week, the nation's senior judicial officer made claims that separatist agitators were behind two of the most significant challenges to security in Nigeria. According to him, the Yoruba Nation proponent, Mr. Sunday Igboho Adeyemo, was behind Boko Haram terrorism, while Nnamdi Kanu indigenous people of Biafra IPOB sponsored ELSA's violence. Abubakar Malami wants Nigeria to believe that IPOB was the mastermind behind the burning of the Oba of Lagos Palace, BRT buses, and other public infrastructure during last year's ENSAS protests in Lagos. He didn't stop there because he alleged further that a financial transaction between Sunday Igboho and a supposed Boko Haram financer, Suraju Abubakar, present evidence that the Yoruba Nation agitator was working to destabilize Nigeria by bankrolling Boko Haram. Now that the Minister of Justice has a high believable rating, or his claims followed any sound logic, but these were too serious allegations to make by number one legal officer without overwhelming evidence. Malami's interest was to create a web of doubt in order to hang the leaders of the two activist groups who are fighting for freedom against the Justice Ministry, mighty legal Moscow to send them to long jail terms. If the intention of the Attorney General was to call a dog a bad name in order to hang it, he hardly considered the huge cost of doing it. He is spilling petroleum on the floor while holding a lighter. Unrestrained, reckless, and flammable claims by any public official make such persons dangerous to public peace. Although Malami appears ready to do anything, true or untrue, to hang ethnic agitators, he must consider everything that could be destroyed along the way. Boko Haram terrorism has been fought by multiple administrations for 2 decades as a problem originating from the north created by Northerners for all Nigerians. The Attorney General claims presuppose that Nigeria have a short memory, are unable to piece a series of events together to form a story, and can be easily swayed by an incongruent narration woven from the corridor of power. The sponsors of Boko Haram have always been known but never declared. They are powerful, but their identities have always been kept secret. Just imagine. For reasons best known to this administration, except the sponsors of Boko Haram are connected and powerful individuals, there is no other reason for their continued identity protection by Malami himself. It is interesting that the federal government has not responded to the breathtaking report by David Hussein of West Africa Weekly, in which he gave a compelling rundown on the origins of and force beyond Boko Haram. It is a recommended read for the ministry. Boko Haram was made, energized, and sustained by religious and political leaders in North Nigeria. It has never needed anyone in the South for life. Sunday Igboho does not have the kind of money that has made Boko Haram a force that withstands the national military power for 19 years. Neither did Nnamdi Kanu have the followership to keep his cane to wage a war against the state of Lagos, where many Igbo people make their living. Trying to tie IPOP to NSAS is simply foolish. Most Nigerians followed the protest by the minute, and remember that young people of all ethnic coloration fled for reasons behind NSAS brutality. They were tired of economic and social hopelessness. They were demanding change. People reacted unpredictable and lawless ways at times, as they would under such circumstances against those they saw as their oppressors. While the Attorney General's real intention was not directly conveyed, no one can be left in doubt that it can only lead to inter-ethnic conflict and violence. He could not have been unobvious of the possibility that area boys could pounce on Igbo traders in Lagos for organizing the theft and destruction of their king's palace. It was an act of great irresponsibility and a disservice to the peace of the nation for him to have taken such low road. Just imagine this. Can an Attorney General of the Federation be acting like a child? Just imagine this kind of information when you know very well that this can actually create chaos in the whole country or in the whole state, and you are busy doing things that will render your own country nameless or to make your country hide their face in the public world. Well, you can go to the comment section and share your take on this article. Thanks for listening.